Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a superstar amazing cake recipe for you guys. Watch along and I'll be making my galaxy cake. Let's get started. In my mixing bowl I'm going to add 6 large eggs directly into my mixing bowl. Add half a cup of white granulated sugar and whisk it on high speed for about 10 to 12 minutes until they're light and fluffy. I'm just gonna add a pinch of sugar vanilla and whisk it on high speed well. Now you can also see the right consistency of that volume of that eggs. Let's get started to the dry ingredients. For my dry ingredients, I have half a cup of all-purpose flour, add a third cup of cocoa powder, and I'm just going to add half a tablespoon of baking powder. And I'm just going to mix them completely and use a fine whisk strainer to sift the flour directly into my eggs, and use a large spoon to fold that eggs slowly and gently into the eggs. Now I have added all my flours into my cake batter. It's time to bake the cake into the oven. I have a 9-inch cake pan with parchment paper. I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just going to pour in the chocolate cake batter into my cake pan and bake it in the oven for about 25 minutes. Out this amazing chocolate sponge cake. It's golden on top. So I'm just going to let it into the room temperature to cool completely until I'm ready to make the vanilla cake layer. Let's get started to the vanilla cake layer. I have 6 large eggs again, brought them into my room temperature, add half a cup of white granulated sugar, whisk it on high speed well. I'm just gonna get started on my dry ingredient. I have 1 cup of flour, add half a tablespoon of baking powder, mix them completely, and now I'm just going to use a fine whisk strainer to sift that flour into my eggs and fold it with a large spoon slowly and gently, but be careful to do not overmix that flour into your eggs. Going to do the same thing with my vanilla cake layer. Bake it in the oven for about 25 minutes until the top are golden brown, and when you insert a toothpick in the center, it comes out clean. And now my vanilla cake layer is already done. I'm just going to place it into the room temperature to cool completely until I'm ready to make the blueberry layer. So I have 6 large eggs, so I brought them into my room temperature, add half a cup of granulated sugar and whisk it on high speed for about 12 to 14 minutes. Just add a few drops of blue food coloring to color it blue. It's the galaxy color. And now my blue cake layer is ready now. I'm just gonna get started on my dry ingredients. I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour, add a tablespoon of baking powder, and sift the flour into your blue eggs. And now I'm ready to get started to bake it in the oven. Add the same thing into a 9-inch cake pan for about 25 minutes, and I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Bake it in the oven. So for the frosting, I have 1.5 kilos of that whipped cream frosting. This is a type of simple vanilla whipped cream. It's made of heavy whipping cream, so you can also use any types of frosting that you have at home. Just gonna mix them completely for about 2 or 3 minutes. And now I'm ready to assemble the cake. So I'm going to get started with the blue cake layer. I love the color red blue. And I'm just gonna add just a little bit of that whipped cream onto my cake. And I like to add some sliced bananas. Just going to add my chopped walnuts. You can also use pecans or pistachios for this recipe. And the second cake layer is the chocolate cake layer that I'm just going to and do the same thing with the chocolate cake layer too. Just going to add some whipped cream, bananas, and walnuts. So I'm just going to add the vanilla cake layer. In this video I forgot to add the walnuts, but don't forget you need to add the chocolate and anything that you like. I forgot to add my walnuts. And now I'm just going to frost the cake with the rest of my frosting and place it into the refrigerator for about 2 hours until I'm ready to make my mirror glaze. That is my favorite of that. And now onto my mirror glaze. I have 1 tablespoon unflavored gelatin. Add 2 tablespoons of water and mix them like this. Just like that. And then I'm going to get started with the sugar. I have half a cup of sugar and half a cup of water. Mix them until that sugar is dissolved. Next I'm going to add a 1/3 cup of corn syrup. And next I'm going to add my gelatin. Mix that gelatin with that corn syrup and the sugar. And until it's getting up to a simmer. When it gets up to a simmer and it's boiling, you need to turn off the heat and add the rest of my things. I'm just going to turn off the heat and add my sweetened condensed milk. I'm gonna use half a cup of sweetened condensed milk for this recipe. And I'm just gonna use my spoon to mix that sweetened condensed milk with my sugar and corn syrup mixture. Now I'm gonna add a 1/3 cup of white chocolate chips. You can use also a white chocolate recipe. And now my mirror glaze is ready. I'm just gonna add a little bit of that blue food coloring. I'm just gonna make different types of colors with it. Now I have made 3 colors. So for the galaxy, first I'm just going to add my blue food coloring or blue mirror glaze on top. And I like to add my purple mirror glaze, purple color. Check out this amazing. I'm just gonna use a spatula and spread every types of colors on my cake. Transferred my cake into a cake stand. I'm just going to sprinkle over the top some sugar crystal and add some butterfly, and you can just decorate it with your own way. So I'm gonna place it into the refrigerator for about 2 hours until that mirror glaze is set completely, and then you're ready to serve it. Hope you guys have enjoyed my today's recipe. If you made it, don't forget to share with me on Instagram. Please like and subscribe for more reviews. Hope you guys have enjoyed my today's recipe. Bye and see you next time.